video is going to walk you through the pros and cons to 3 of the biggest print fulfillment companies. How do you pick the one that's for you? What are the good points and the bad points about each of these 3 companies? And things that you should consider before making a decision for your shop. First of all, I would like to encourage absolutely everyone to consider adding personalization to your products. A really quick and easy way to add personalization is simply to partner with a print-on-demand or pod company. Most of these print fulfillment companies will integrate seamlessly with your shop, so it doesn't add any extra work on you to offer sort of a personalization, whether it's initials or names or different color options to the products that you're already selling. So we're going to be looking today specifically at Printful, Printify, and Merch by Amazon. And then at the end, we'll talk a little bit about some tips and things to consider when choosing the right pod supplier for your product. So why bother to add personalization? Most of you hopefully already have thought about adding personalization to your product. It's fantastic because it gives you a whole new customer base. There's a lot of people that are interested in having, a monogram on their tote bag or a monogram on their towel. They're interested in having personalized invitations printed for a party, those types of things. And the best part about personalization is you can actually charge more. So it doesn't take you hardly any additional time, but the price point per item can be higher because people feel like they're getting something that's just for them. What you really need to do is integrate with a print fulfillment company. So they'll be printing your design on the invitation, or they'll be printing your design on the t-shirt or the tote bag, and then they'll be shipping that out to the customer. So it's really nothing additional that you need to do. Let's take a look at some of the biggest print fulfillment companies that you could choose to partner with and what makes each one sort of the pros and the cons. The first one we'll take a look at is Printful. It is definitely one of the biggest print fulfillment companies. Most likely you have heard of this one. They have literally hundreds, if not thousands, of different products that you can choose to have your designs printed on. So they've got, of course, the normal tote bags and t-shirts and things, but they also have tons and tons of other options, doormats and shower curtains, pillows, pet bowls, you name it, and Printful probably offers it as an option. It's also very flexible. They have a monthly subscription fee, so you can choose, if you're sort of a high volume client, to pay the monthly subscription fee, or you can pay a per product fee as well. So some of the really positive points about Printful. They have really easy integration with Etsy, Shopify, Square, Amazon, eBay, and others. They offer a 4-week return policy, which is really nice. And it's not something that you even have to handle at all. It goes directly through Printful. So if a customer gets a t-shirt and they're like, hey, I ordered a small and this is a large, they can deal with Printful to handle that return. They also are really committed to being environmental, so they source their products and create their products as sustainably as possible, and they also have a really flexible pricing structure. So here's an example of a sort of a Printful product here. You could choose from many, many different kinds of t-shirts. You simply drag and drop your design onto the t-shirt. You can move it around so that it's centered, or it's on the back, or it's wherever you want it. And then obviously, like all of these companies, Printful is going to print, pack, and ship the product to your customers. The second one that we'll look at is Printify. This is another really popular big print fulfillment company. There is a free account option on Printify, which is nice. So the sellers, which is you, will then only pay for the products that are actually ordered. And they have an option to upgrade to a premium account, which will then give you 20% off on products. So why use Printify? What makes it sort of a good print fulfillment company to use? Obviously, they have the flexible pricing we just talked about. They have over 300 products, and again, it easily integrates with your online shop. So if you're Etsy or Shopify, they have good support, and they also have really good quality control. So Printify makes sure that they're checking products prior to sending them out. Here is an example of a Printify product. Obviously, like other print fulfillment companies, you're able to select the color of the mug and the size of the mug. You can import your design, you can add text. And then once it's complete, it's added to your online store. And then when the customer purchases the product, obviously Printify will print the product, pack the product, and ship the product to your customer. The third one that we're going to talk about is Merch by Amazon. This one operates on a royalty basis, which means that you're getting paid a percentage of the sales price for each product you sell. So one thing that makes Merch by Amazon a little bit different is that this is not necessarily integrating with your Etsy shop. Instead, this is Amazon listing your design on Amazon. Of course, Amazon has a gigantic customer base, so this is a really great way to reach a huge audience. All your products, of course, are listed on Amazon, like I just said, so this gives you a giant SEO advantage. There's no way that, your private website could compete with the giant that is Amazon. So you're paid royalties, which range from 13.8% to 36.7%. And as you make more sales, you are then able to add additional products to your store. So sort of as you become more successful, Amazon will give you more slots on their website. Okay, so let's talk for a second about some tips for choosing the right pod supplier for you. There's a couple things that I would recommend you keep in mind. The first thing to think about is product range. So are you only selling t-shirts, or do you hope to sell t-shirts and dog dishes and masks and tote bags and shower curtains? So you should look at each of the pod suppliers' websites that you're interested in and see if they're carrying the range of items that you want to print on. The second thing to think about is pricing structure. So it is unlikely that you can sell a t-shirt for $100, right? We have to sell things sort of for generally the amount of money that our competitors are selling them for. So what does it cost you to print a t-shirt on Printful? What does it cost you to print a t-shirt on Printify? Compare those prices. Which one makes more sense for you so that you're getting a quality product, but also making the most profit per product that you can. The third thing that you should look at is the return policy. So you don't want to have to deal with your customers' returns. You want to pick a company where it's going to be easy if something is wrong for your customer to send the product back, because that can end up reflecting in your ratings on Etsy or whichever marketplace you choose to use. So make sure that the pod supplier that you choose makes it pretty easy and sort of simple for your customers to talk to, maybe a real person, and return products that are incorrect. And then personalization. So what are the personalization options, and how long from when you submit the order, or Etsy submits the order if it's integrated, or whichever website you're using, to the date that it's shipped. The last thing that I think is important is we kind of covered two categories here. So we covered pod suppliers that will integrate with your website or the marketplace that you're already using. So that was Printful and Printify. And then we covered one on merch that is sort of its own beast. It's you listing your products on Amazon. So you really have to think about, do you already have a website that you're looking to integrate? In which case you want something like Printful or Printify. Or are you just starting out and you don't have a website, in which case doing something like Merch by Amazon makes sense, since you don't need a website. It's all hosted there on Amazon. And then of course you can do both, right? You could have, for example, a Shopify that you've integrated with Printful, and then you can sell the same designs then on Merch by Amazon. So you're almost kind of like double dipping to reach the largest customer base possible. All right. So I have a product that talks about this in a lot more detail. Easy Personalized Pod reveals exactly how to sell the hottest pod products with personalization options. So it comes with a giant guide, step-by-step worksheets, done for you templates so that you can upload and start selling right away. It's got everything you need to create beautiful pod products to sell on a variety of marketplaces. It takes you from A to Z. There is no detail, no stone left unturned. It's got absolutely everything you need, no matter what level of experience you have with pod. It's perfect for people who want to create pod products that will sell, people who want to learn and branch out into new pod or printable market, and more. You can check out this product on my website, amyharriff.com, and it is Easy Personalized Pod.